Hello there, everybody. Star Wars is back. The Mandalorian is back. With Episode 1 now released, we have our first look, Episode 1 of Season 3, I should clarify. We have our first look at what the season is going to look like, who's going to be in it, how it's all going to go down. A lot more Mandalorians, as Pedro Pascal said in a little teaser before the season. And we saw that. We saw that in full force. Mandalorians everywhere. And it was cool to see. The little baptism type thing at the beginning before the giant alligator attack, which, fun scene, great scene. That was really cool. All the Mandalorians together. Of course, Pre Vizsla, all of them, together with the Children of the Watch still doing its thing. Obviously still broken since their time on Mandalore, but they're rebuilding. As for, clans that are not quite rebuilding, we saw Bo-Katan at the end of the first episode. She looked very broken, very depressed, very frustrated, and just quite frankly like she had given up. When the Mandalorian, Din Djarin, showed up and tried to talk to her about Mandalore, she just was not having it. She was honestly quite pissed with him, quite pissed with his entire Children of the Watch clan, cult, as she likes to refer it as. And honestly, Bo-Katan, from then on, seeing the end of the episode, I was kind of wondering, where is her character gonna go? There were a lot of rumors of her maybe trying to get the Darksaber from Din in battle, and then rule Mandalore herself, go somewhere for there, and that could still happen. She mentioned at the end of the episode, she lost her army, she lost all of the people she was leading because she does not have the Darksaber. The Darksaber, of course, any Mandalorian wielding it has the right to rule Mandalore. Of course, right now that right belongs to Din Djarin, and it doesn't have to just be Mandalorian. I should correct myself, as we saw Darth Maul in the Clone Wars wielding the Darksaber, and therefore respected as I don't know about respected, but at least feared and treated as the ruler of Mandalore at the time. Other than that, we've seen it passed along through Mandalorians like Bo-Katan herself, all throughout Star Wars, starting with, of course, Tar Vizsla, who I would love to get some live action or animated flashbacks on. I'd like to see his origin story, or the end of his story, when the Darksaber gets lost, kept inside the temple, how the Mandalorians steal it back. I'd love a history on the Darksaber. Maybe that's what we're getting with that Jedi scene we saw in the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. But aside from that, I'd love to see something like that. That would be outstanding. But either way, Bo-Katan, where does her story go from here? Again, she could fight Mando. She could team up with Mando. Those are both at a 50-50 percentage for me. I'm just not sure where her story goes. And at the end of the episode, I was thinking, is she really going to be a huge part of this season? We know she's been promoted. Katie Sackhoff looks great in the wig, by the way. It just looks exactly like her animated character. Great stuff there. But yeah, I was kind of wondering, where do we go from here? And then this tweet came out, which gave me a lot of hope and, quite frankly, a lot of excitement about Bo's character. Now, this is from someone who saw the first and second episode. For those who don't know, those who were able to get early access to the Mandalorian Season 3 got to watch the first 2 episodes. So, the one we just saw and episode 2. And it says right here, Bo-Katan is going to be a very, very integral, very important, very badass part of, for sure, the second episode, and I just have to assume from there on. Now, it's referring to her as an excellent part of the second episode. Badass, just really cool, great to see, and I'm excited to see exactly what this could be. I don't think she goes and challenges Din right away. I don't think that would make sense. Din's gonna go to Mandalore. Clearly, Bo-Katan is not going to Mandalore. She thinks it's poisoned. Maybe she's right. We'll see. I think my theory here, my Star Wars theory on this, would be Din Djarin travels to Mandalore. It works. He's able to safely get there, and he comes back eventually, meets Bo, convinces Bo that Mandalore is not the death trap that many are convinced that it is. From then on, I expect I think Bo will want to team up with Din Djarin, at least to start. I think she'll have enough respect for him, enough respect for him going down to the planet when many others were fearing it, and maybe team up with him, maybe go from there, because, they're a really cool duo, they just have very, very different views. So the dynamic of those two not getting along, but needing to get along for some special mission, needing to get along perhaps to reunite Mandalore together. I know it's got to be the one ruling the Darksaber, but, Din Djarin's not exactly ready or capable to lead Mandalore himself. Hell, I don't even know if he wants to lead Mandalore. So, him going there, finding out it's safe, and he clearly wants to reunite Mandalorians. He just is, I don't want to say stuck in his ways with the Children of the Watch just because it's all he knows, but it's just what he thinks Mandalorians are. But I think we've seen his character evolve quite a bit. Eventually, even so, that he took off his helmet. Now he does still want to be redeemed for taking off the helmet, but we've seen he can evolve. He can change his ways a bit to do what's necessary. And maybe that continues with him realizing the only way to reunite Mandalorians is to start with Bo-Katan, who he may have the most disagreements with, but would make a very, very powerful duo. Either way, I'm super excited to see where her character goes from here. We know she's going to be a big part of this. Katie Sackhoff was a big part of promotional, stuff, and that matters. It does. So her, Mandalorian, Grogu, nice little trio there that can maybe unite the Mandalorians, because Din can't do it alone. Bo clearly can't do it alone. Din has the Darksaber, Bo has the leadership skills, and she's been around. She's held the Darksaber and led Mandalore before. Not sure how that ended, but anyways, them reuniting, or just uniting, and leading Mandalore together could be excellent. What do you think, though? What do you think Bo's role is from here on out? Let me know. And of course, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.